The new Black Wall Street. Do the right, build wealth, build life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. Here's your host.
Hey, Grand Rising to you, billionaires. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the new Black Wall Street as we present to you guys the Money and Power Show. And I want to welcome you to Wall Street. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way, but if you do, I recommend that you study Wealthy PayPal. You can find that book by simply going to the website www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. You'll find a link in the description above or below. Today's episode is being brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, which specializes in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, also Black art-inspired gifts. Here at ERGJ Black Bazaar, we have made some adjustments in what we are doing, what we're selling, and we want to make sure we're providing quality products and services to our community. And so there you see, we do have masks available for you guys to pick up, as well as some hand sanitizer, cloth, latex gloves, and all that stuff as well. Matter of fact, we're going to be doing a drive tomorrow, Thursday, partnering with Heavenly Body Products to be able to provide that for our local community as well. So if you know some people in the Atlanta area, let them know to come on out tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. to pick up the protection they need to play Rona defense. Check out ERGJ Black Bazaar by simply going to the website www.theblackbazaar.com, www.theblackbazaar.com. Here at ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, we want you to remember this, that once you shop Black, you never go back. That's right. Once you shop Black, you never go back. And today's sponsor, right? Today's sponsor is being brought to you by Natural. I'm sorry. Where am I? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Natural Skin Treats, Natural Skin Treats Incorporated. Natural Skin. This is a Black woman-owned business that wants to remind you to love the skin that you're in. They also have natural care products that you can pick up from glycerin soap to beard oil, face soap, bath bombs. They also have some hand sanitizers for you. Well, and they're simply saying this, guys. They want to go the extra mile with a brand of natural skincare products to pamper your skin. So you get natural skincare products. You get the support of Black woman-owned business, all by simply going to the website. That's right, the website, which is naturalskintreats.myshopify.com, naturalskintreats.myshopify.com. I want to say thanks so much to Natural Skin Treats for sponsoring the show, which helps us continue to bring free financial education to our community. That's right, free financial education to our community. Go ahead and check them out, naturalskintreats.myshopify.com. Well, beautiful people, let's see who has already joined us here today. Go ahead and hit that like button, that share button if you care, the like button, the share button if you care. Also, let us know where you are connecting from, what city, what state, what country, what city, what state, what country. We're broadcasting across the World Wide Web, across YouTube and also Facebook Live, here from our virtual studio here in Decatur, Georgia. That's right, Decatur, where it's greater. And love to know just how far our reach is this morning. Good morning to you. Queen Gigi has joined us here this morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Queen Yasmin is in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining us. Queen Shawan is in the house. Thanks so much for joining us. And Queen Vivian has also showed up here today, here on the Money and Power Show, guys. And as I mentioned to you guys, we want to welcome you to Wall Street, and also want to say thanks so much because today is Black Woman Wednesday. That's right, Black Woman Wednesday, where we show our love and appreciation for the Black woman. Let them know that we love, appreciate, and adore you. That's right. So here on Black Woman Wednesday, even before we close, let me go ahead and start it off by giving you a big old around your neck. Grab that neck. That's right, man. Give you a good old cyber hug to all the beautiful sisters and queens, and oh my, beautiful sisters and queens and goddesses. Oh my, thanks so much, man, for all that you guys do to continue to support our community. Now, we're going to start. I didn't even know it was going to be a thing. We're going to start by paying homage to our ancestors, right? African-American inventions that changed the world. And we're going to actually, this is a Black woman that did something very phenomenal, special here today. And we're going to pay homage to a woman named Bessie Blunt Griffin. Bessie Blunt Griffin. So let's find out what she did to help change the world. And here's the thing, guys. We want to inspire you to let you know that you too can do something to change the world. Okay, you too can be in somebody's book later on down the road. So Bessie Blunt Griffin was an inventor, physical therapist, and a forensic scientist. In 1951, so that's about 70 years ago, 1951, she invented the feeding tube while working with injured World War II veterans. She also invented the portable receptacle support and the disposable emissus basin, which is the kidney-shaped basin used in hospitals for medical waste. Okay? So in 1951, she invented an electronic feeding tube. This device allowed the men to receive a mouthful of food at a time. It was controlled by the person biting down on the tube itself. The American Veterans Administration did not accept her invention. Griffin felt strongly that injured people could benefit from her device, so she sold it to the French government. Griffin also invented another device for individuals with arm injuries, including called the portable receptacle support. This apparatus was designed to hang around a person's neck. Her device allowed someone to hold items closer to their face. It was also equipped with an attachment that supported a cup or bowl. This invention was patented in the United States in 1951. Another invention Griffin designed was the disposable emissus basin. She envisioned this device could be very useful for all hospitals. Once again, the American Veterans Administration did not accept her invention, so she sold it to Belgium. Years later, Griffin moved to Virginia to pursue a new career in law enforcement. In 1969, she worked as a forensic scientist at the Norfolk Police Department. She was also a chief document examiner at the Portsmouth Police Department. So Bessie Blunt Griffin, a Black woman, made huge contributions to this world. And as you guys know, a lot of times the contributions that we make are not accepted. Right? Nonetheless, that doesn't discount the contribution itself. So here today on the Money and Power Show, Miss Bessie Blunt Griffin, 1951, the feeding tube, the portable receptacle support, the disposable emissus basin. Here today on the Black Money and Power Show, we put some respect on your name. That's right, man. We put some respect on your name, Miss Bessie Blunt Griffin, an African-American invention that changed the world. This book written by a brother named Mr. Michael A. Carson. That's right. Florida's in the house. Thanks so much for joining. Brooklyn, New York is in the house. Mr. Thomas Freeman from Louisville, Kentucky. That's right. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's right, man. There's up in the house, up in here, up here. Now, not only is it Black Woman Wednesday, beautiful people, it's also Wednesday is when we do, that's right, we do our weekly savings challenge. So, y'all know what time it is. That's right. Y'all know what time it is. It's the Save Train. And I'm your conductor, Mr. Save-A-Lot, back on the 52-week journey to our savings challenge. That's right. So this is week 16. So that means that we're going to put $16, 16 whole dollars into our savings container as we continue to go 52 weeks straight of savings, right? It's a challenge for many of us, but I believe that we can conquer it if we do it together. So here I have my little container, and it is the straight out of money container. That means for me, if this end up being empty at some point in time, I must be straight out of money. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this little thing off the top so I can put something in, try to get this thing off the top right here. And I got my $16 right here. That'll be 10, that'll be 15, and that'll be 16. And we're going to just drop that thing on in here. And we would then be complete with week 16. Now, of course, here on week 16, we're basically the premise is this, that if you save money now, right? Hopefully we've been practicing this before now, but anyway, we can start now. If you save your money today, then later, your money might just save you, right? How many guys use some saved money right about now? I think so, right? So here we're going to actually take a look at a quote. Our money quote for our savings challenge this week comes from Mr. Thomas Edison, who says this: opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work. Let me say that again. Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work. Now, Yeah, I know you guys wouldn't be amazed, but I'm still amazed at how often people overlook opportunity. Matter of fact, just yesterday I put a post up saying, hey, anybody in Georgia, want to come out with your boy on Thursday and make some money? You would be surprised how many people didn't say yes. Or probably you wouldn't be surprised. Why? Because, you're going to have to earn the money, and it's going to actually require work. And most people, they want the money to just come to them without them having to do nothing. They don't understand that in all labor there is profit, but they just want to, we just want to get the lotto mentality, hope we can scratch something off and get rich. That's not how it works. That works for some, doesn't work for most. Okay. So this is going to be our 52-week savings challenge. We are now at $136. Hopefully, who there with me? Who at 136 now as of today? Y'all still hanging with your boy, or am I by myself? Am I the only one saving now, or y'all still ain't got the memo? Y'all still ain't figured it out? Y'all still waiting until next year? I hope not. All right, week 16 of the 52-week savings challenge is now complete. All aboard! That's right, man. So here's the deal, guys. Man, I'm super excited because I get a show all to myself, and y'all know I'm going to talk about money. I mean, because there's some things going on that we need to take a look at. So why not get right on into it? So I want to welcome you guys to Wall Street. Not going to take a look at Ronaville today. This might be a little short show today because I get right to it. I ain't got to take too much time. We get right to this thing, okay? So let me welcome you guys to Wall. Wait. Before we do this, let me do my affirmations. Let me get my affirmations in. Your attitude of gratitude, man. What do you wake up this morning? What are you gracious for? Our 10 morning gratitude affirmations. That's right. I want to just thank God for allowing us to still be here, right? Allowing us to still be here. Let's go ahead and read these. If you got something in the comments below, let us know what you're grateful for this morning. So I want to thank you for this new day. I'm filled with happiness and gratitude. I'm grateful for another chance to live my life. I'm grateful to feel the air in my lungs and the beating of my heart. I'm thankful simply for being alive. Thankfulness and appreciation and sincere gratitude are part of who I am. I'm grateful for who I am and for what I have. I invite gratitude into my heart. Today, I'll have an attitude of gratitude. Thank you for the blessing this day will bring. Thank you for the blessing that this day will bring. An attitude of gratitude. All right, an attitude of gratitude. Now, so let's take a look here at some news that you can use as we look at this thing called Wall Street. I'm gonna try my best maybe to take a look at the cryptocurrency, because I haven't looked at it in a while. We ain't talked about it. Maybe take a little bit of Bitcoin today. I don't know. Who knows where we're gonna go? But look at this, guys. I love these headlines, man. Some great headlines here today. That first one, not so much, right? Asian market, not so much. Look at this. China cuts an important rate to a record low, right? That's stimulating the economy. GM prepares to ship the first round of ventilators. So GM is in the ventilator business. Here's what I wanted to look at, though. Look at this. Louis Vuitton, Burberry, and Chanel are making face masks. Isn't that interesting? They get into the face mask business. Louis Vuitton, Burberry, and Chanel are making face masks. So you know what was happening, right? Black folk were making their own face masks. Louis Vuitton face masks and Chanel face masks. We were making our own. And Louis Vuitton and Chanel said, we're gonna make them, and how much you think a face mask from a Louis Vuitton face mask is gonna cost? Probably gonna have some silk in it, probably gonna have a little LV on it, be black and gold. And you know what? People gonna go over there and buy them face masks because your people they're not really concerned about their health. What they want to do is look good. People want to look good. So Burberry, Louis Vuitton, and Chanel said, man, we gotta get in and capitalize on this market. We still are in business to make money. And here's what people are buying. As I told you guys, for those that have been watching me and following me, I told you this is going to be a new fashion statement. This is not going away, right? It's not people going to be wearing masks. It's going to be because we already seen, we know that, our Indian brothers and sisters, our Mid-Eastern brothers, they always cover their mouth, especially the ladies. Well, it's going to become pretty prevalent and the norm here in the States because nobody really knows when the virus actually is going to be gone, or if it is ever going to be gone. So you're going to probably be covering your mouth moving forward. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Something like this. Ever at the front of haute couture, Louis Vuitton, Burberry, and Chanel are celebrated by fashion connoisseurs by defining style in handbags, dresses, and shoes. Now they're putting their fashion muscle and supply chain expertise behind making protective clothing for those on the front lines of the coronavirus pandemic, which has infected more than 1.9 million. The rapid spread. Okay, I'm gonna. French brand Louis Vuitton said it was joining the global effort to make more supplies to protect healthcare workers. The company said it had repurposed several of its workshops across France to produce hundreds of thousands of non-surgical face masks for healthcare workers. This will be interesting. So it sounds like they're saying we're not really doing it for the fashion, but you know the fashion is coming afterward. I mean, come on, right? Louis Vuitton also said it was making and donating 1,000 hospital gowns to 6 Paris hospitals in urgent need of protective gear. French financier Bernard Arnault is the chairman of the CEO of LVMH, Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton. If y'all didn't know, for y'all that didn't know this, but Louis Vuitton, right? Hennessy is part of Louis Vuitton. Moet is part of Louis Vuitton. So when you're drinking Hennessy, you actually are investing into Louis Vuitton. And there's been some rumblings between black folk and Louis Vuitton over the years. British, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know this stuff. We say, hey, it's Hennessy, this handout. Yeah, that's Louis Vuitton. So many times what's happening, guys, is that because we don't know, we're actually financing our very own oppression. And that's what happens because we just don't know. We're going to keep drinking the Hennessy, and we're going to keep not knowing that money's going toward Louis Vuitton or Bernard Arnault, who we've had some troubles with over our years. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. What's going on, Prolific Expressions? How are you? I'm thankful for the blessings that this day will bring. I'm grateful, right, for waking up early this morning. I was up 3 hours earlier than usual. Thank you, Jesus. Absolutely. 125. You're at the 125? Okay, fan. Yes, I know what happened. Absolutely, yeah. Face mask cost $300,000. The actual Louis Vuitton. All right, but they're still drinking at the turtle. Check me. Hey, you know what I'm saying? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Here's what I tell people: you and I, whoever, the individual has to make a decision for themselves. Everybody ain't coming. Everybody ain't gonna be free. Everybody ain't gonna be rich. And because everybody don't want to be free, and everybody don't want to be rich, everybody don't want to be saved. It is what it is. We can have all the sympathy, empathy, that we want for people, but until they decide that they want a better life, or they decide that whatever they're doing at the current state of time ain't working for them, they're gonna keep on doing it. I just learned to stop complaining about that stuff. I focus on what I need to do. I focus on what I can control. Right? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I can't change other people. Courage to change the things I can. Well, I know what I can change: me. Give me some courage to change me. And wisdom to know the difference. I need to know the difference because for the first part of my life, I was always trying to change other people. But until you gave me the wisdom to know, hey, I can change myself, that's when my life changed. I'm telling you, when I decided I was going to stop trying to change other people, and I was going to only focus on changing or controlling what I could control, that's when my life changed. Okay? I don't know about for you. Some of you guys still trying to control other people. That's when my life changed. That's when my life went on to a whole nother facet when I started focusing on what Evan need to do. Okay? Let's keep going. All right. So that's Louis Vuitton, Burberry, Chanel, making face masks. You know what I'm saying? Getting into the face mask business. It is what it is. Now look at this, guys. U.S. Airlines agreed to accept the stimulus funds. There's another prop up into another band-aid into the U.S. Airlines. And so that's a trigger, right? That's one of those triggers that you wait on before you go invest in the Delta, because now you know some money coming in, right? Now you know that the government is behind. We already knew it was going to happen because they never closed the airline, but it's going to help them get through until people start traveling again, which tells us it's probably going to be pretty soon. And, so you got the Deltas and the American Airlines stuff. You're a person that wants to invest in airlines, which I don't, but if you do, here's a trigger for it. Here's a go signal for it. Money's coming in from the government. All right. Look at this, though. Online sales at the auto industry's best hope right now. So this is a play to I think it's Carvana, which we're going to look at actually here today. We're going to look at Carvana today because I've never looked at this before. I probably didn't know that they were actually a publicly traded company. But we're going to take a look at Carvana today, see if we can find out. Because as I told y'all, I read the news for clues. Everybody put it on, so news for clues. News for clues. All this other stuff is fluff. Doesn't mean nothing to me. I'm just trying to look and see if I can find something. Marriott's not doing well. 25% of Marriott's hotels are closed. All right. Anything else here? Boeing customers cancel orders of for 150 jets in March. That's already priced in. Anything else I see? Cannabis companies want access COVID. No, probably not going to happen. All right. So let's take a look at what happened yesterday. Now, here's the deal. Here's what happened in the market yesterday. And I keep telling people, if y'all don't follow Wall Street, y'all are not, you really are speaking from a place. If you're not following Wall Street, you really are. Unfortunately, you're speaking really from a place of ignorance as it relates to capitalism. Now, I know that there's other areas of life. There is health. There is education. All this stuff. But we're not in an educational society. We're not in a health, right? A health society. We are in a capitalistic society. And so if you want to win the game while we're here on this earth, in this system, you got to learn capitalism. You got to, matter of fact, I would say not just learn it, you got to become a master at it. And not to the master that you see what some evil people are doing with capitalism, because there are some good parts to capitalism. There are some things to praise about capitalism as well. But if you decide that you just, hey, I'm not going to learn this stuff, I'm not going to participate where you really are, you're just helping everybody else get rich. So until you decide that you're going to learn about the system in which you live, if you are in the United States, you're going to learn about this system and master the system. Everybody put down, so master the system. And this is where we as a people, black people, fail. Because we fail to educate, learn, study the system which we are in. The fight is not against flesh and blood. The fight is against the principalities, the powers, the systems that rule the world. The systems. Right? Master the system. In order to master the system, you got to choose to learn the system. Then you got to choose to play the game. Right? And then you practice and practice some more and practice some more. Then you start getting good at it. Then you start teaching other people the game. Okay? What's going on, Brother Express? That's a word, right? Can't control everyone, but you can control yourself. Right? Right? News for clues. That's right. News for clue. All right, let's keep going. So the Dow, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the housing of the 30 most significant stocks in America. This is basically saying that when you invest in the Dow, you're basically saying you want to make America great again. Okay, the Dow was up 2.39% yesterday. Pretty decent day in the Dow yesterday. So all those companies like Home Depot, Disney, Nike, Walmart, all those type of companies, they had a pretty good day yesterday. NASDAQ, which is where all the technology companies are, the Facebooks of the world, the Amazons of the world, the Googles of the world, they're all in the NASDAQ. It was up 4% yesterday. Now, why would that be? That makes sense, right? Because a lot of people are home. They're using the internet. They're having to use technology now in order to communicate, in order to do business, in order to have stuff shipped to their house. All this stuff that has happened has changed the way that people do business. Now, not how businesses do business, but first of all, how the consumers do business. So when people say stupid stuff like this, oh, the economy, can't survive because people aren't out shopping anymore. That is stupid. People aren't out shopping; they're actually in shopping. And where are they shopping at? Online to the places that they want to spend their money at. So for people to be stupid enough to think just because people aren't going to the restaurants or they're not going wherever it is, people are still eating, people are still spending money, and this too shall pass. Everybody put it also, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Okay? Now you got to ask yourself, why? Right? Why is money coming back into Wall Street? If all this doom and gloom is happening in the world, all this doom and gloom is happening in the United States, nobody's spending any money, quote unquote, according to the stupid people, right? Then why is money coming back into Wall Street? Go figure. S&P 500 is up 3% yesterday. My money's looking just fine in my portfolio. I don't know about everybody else's. Now look at this, Apple. Right? Apple, one of the most popular stocks in the world, is up 5% yesterday. 5% in one day is pretty huge for such a big company. All right, Google was up 5% yesterday. Microsoft was up 5% yesterday. These are pretty big increases for some pretty big technology companies that we all use, right? We probably all got an Apple something. We probably searched something on Google. I did today. We probably got Microsoft on our computer some kind of way. Let's keep it going. Now we have the top gainers. Now look at this, right? Royal Caribbean Carnival Cruise Line up 13 and 9% yesterday. Why? Why is money moving back into the cruise lines? Right now, this is a little different because we got Norwegian was down 5%. But look at this, AC Healthcare. Healthcare company was up 9% yesterday. This is 9% in one day. People can't get in, can't even get 9% over a year. A return. This is what's going on. And people don't see it because they not, look at this, right? Paying attention. Now, somebody asked me a question last week. I think it was Mr. Freeman. He said, hey, do you think that oil is going back down to $20 a barrel? I said, yes, it surely is. He said, you think it's going down to $10 a barrel? I said, no, it's not going down to 10. And I said, well, when it gets back to 20, that's what I want to buy. So you know what I'm going to do today? Guess what I'm going to do today? I'm going to find me a nice little oil company, and I'm going to invest in an oil company today because it doesn't hit my number, 20. Pretty simple, huh? Right now, how did I know it was going to get back down to 20? I didn't know. I just had a pretty good guess. Okay, I didn't know. I just said, man, probably so, because I realized that production, I realized that we have way more supply than demand. I realized that the cruise line isn't back up yet. The airline isn't flowing like it should be just yet. Auto industry is down. Ain't nobody drive. We ain't driving as much as we should. So yeah, it makes sense. Got a whole bunch of supply, not a whole bunch of movement from the people that actually use the oil. And so until the economy or the movement of people gets back up, right, oil will be depressed. That just makes sense. Is it going down to $10 a barrel when it ain't never been $10 a barrel ever? No, not getting there. I mean, I'd be highly surprised if it get down to $10. I mean, that would be historic. It ain't never been $10 a barrel. Never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, ever. Okay? Right? People are shopping. Now, if y'all don't believe that people are shopping, you must ain't looked at none of my posts showing y'all what my e-commerce store look like. Yikes. This too shall pass, right? This too shall pass. Everybody's at home shopping. Good morning to you. Wakita's in the house. Miss Vivian Reed is in the house. All right, let's keep going. Now, so oil's down to $19.54 a barrel. Gasoline across the country, $1.63 per regular gasoline. Gold is down to $17.46. Silver's at $15.73. Corn for the bushel, $3.31. We see all of these industries that are down for the year. We also see that some recovery into people's retirement accounts. The Dow's down to -15. It was down to -25. About 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. The NASDAQ is still strong. Now think about this. Why is the NASDAQ, right, so very valuable? Because we're in a technology age, and everything that's technology driven gives us the ability to overcome some of the limitations that we have as it relates to shelter in place and quarantine. So you can do a lot on your phone. You can do a lot from your PC. You can do a lot from your tablet. You can connect with people. You can FaceTime. You can shop, right? You really could do a lot. I mean, I really think about my life and being an entrepreneur and how I don't really have to leave the house much. I really don't. I mean, I sit here and I do this. I do my little stuff. I ship out and all that stuff. But if I don't really have to leave the house in order to make money or to do business or anything or to communicate. Got a phone. I have a laptop, I've got a PC, and that's about all I need to be able to generate income for myself, to be able to stay relevant, to be able to communicate with people. Right? I really need to go out the house. And then here's what happened. We don't go out the house very much, you don't spend a lot of money. Now think about it. Like anytime you go out the house, you pretty much gonna spend money. You stay in the house, you're gonna be finding kind of stuff to do in the house. You're gonna probably find something to cook. Because like, damn, if I want to eat, I got to eat something in the house and ain't nothing ready made. If I don't want to do that, then I'm going to have to leave the house, go find some needed time. Maybe I'll just stay in this time. Right? So I don't spend a lot of money while I'm in the house. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not shopping. Like today, I'm going to go buy this book, hopefully on Amazon. I don't even know. If anybody knows, is books, is that essential? Because, Amazon said they're not going to sell nothing unless it's essential. I found this book I really want to get for our money. I mean, our he say, she say so. And I don't know whether it's essential. You know what I mean? Can I get the book? So I'm going to find out today, and I'll let you guys know if I'm able to get the book, right? Now, here's the other thing I want you guys to see, right? Also notice, right, the emotion that's driving the market. Now, my mentor, Warren Buffett, the fourth richest man in the world, says this: to be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. So back about 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, when we were down to like 9, which was like extreme fear, and then we moved up to about 20 something, right, which was like fear, and now we're up to 45. Somebody help explain to me, how are we now at 45 when we still have coronavirus in the land? We still got the people who spend the money scared, but the people who make the money aren't. Think about this for a second. The people or the consumers who spend the money, the whole media has got them scared, has got them still rushing to the store, still buying all the toilet paper, still doing all that. But the people who run this thing, they ain't scared. There's no fear where the money is. We're back up to neutral. Everybody put in the console, go figure. Go figure. So you got one thing happening in the human world. You got one thing happening with the common people. You have another thing happening with the rich folk. And let me say that again for the people in the back. You have one thing happening with the common folk, and I would call them the poor people. This would be the poor and the middle class. They're all poor. Okay? Right? You got one thing happening with the poor middle class, which I consider to be the have-nots. You have a whole nother thing happening with the haves. And the have-nots are too blind to see what the haves are doing. Because they're focused on the wrong. I'm not going to say they're focused on the wrong thing. It's okay to look at one thing, but be disciplined enough to say I can look at multiple things. Go figure. Let me say it again for the people in the back. You got one thing happening for the have-nots. One thing happening for the consumers. One thing happening for the people who watch the TV. One thing happening for people who scrolling down their timeline on Facebook trying to find something good and negative. One thing happening for them. It's the poor and the middle class, the have-nots. You have another thing happening for the people who actually make the news or buy the news or control the news. You have another thing happening for the people who control the money, who control the wealth. A whole other thing happening to them, for them. One thing that they're doing, another thing that we're doing. Go figure. So now you have greed. When you see greed coming back into the market, that means that big money is coming back into the market. Now, we can justify that, or we can understand that if we just see something like Royal Caribbean jumping up 13% in one day, that means big money came to Royal Caribbean. We see something like Carnival Cruise Line that jumped up 9% in one day. That ain't me and you money. I mean, ain't that a little $100? That's hundreds of thousands of dollars going into Carnival Cruise Lines. Makes sense. Then you got to say, oh, okay, well, if you was a thinking person, the next best question would be why. Everybody put it down, so why? And this is where it's like, you try to figure it out, right? I don't have that kind of money. I'm not making those kind of decisions, but shoot, I mean, I can see what's going on, and I start asking why. Now, here's what I do know. When you start asking the right questions, you begin to get the right answers. Now, let me say that again for the people. When you and I, we begin to ask the right questions, we begin to get the right answers, because the truth is the truth. If you ask, you will receive. It's not about what you've been receiving. It's about what you've been asking. Let me say that again for the people in the back. It's not what you have been receiving. What you have been receiving is a result of what you have been asking. You see what I'm saying? So ask and receive. So you and I, we must change what we ask for so we can get different answers. And how many of us are over in this lane asking questions about money? Why? Why is all this money coming back into the market right now? Why is why does it seem to be that there's no fear as it relates to the money? Why did the airlines just sign a bill for a stimulus package? Why? CME index at 45, neutral money is in the market. Prices of stocks are going up. Absolutely. Right? It's essential. Oh, it is essential. The good books are essential. Fantastic. Go figure. Why? Now, y'all know, here's what's interesting. When I was young, y'all tell me if this happened to you. When I was younger, right, I used to ask that question all the time. I was curious little George Evan, right? Curious. Why? And you know what? Our parents stifled us. They started, stop asking why. Just do what I tell you. You don't need to know why. Just do it, right? And then eventually you'd be like, I guess I ain't supposed to ask why no more. My parents, kind of hit me, smacked me inside my head, hit me on my body because I keep trying to figure out why we doing what we doing, right? And so then you go older, you stop asking this question, why? Because you remember what it was like when you was young. You start asking why it didn't go so well. You imagine some of the stuff you start asking these type of questions, make you think and try to figure stuff out. Why? How many guys had that experience? You just, you learn to stop asking why. Because of your parents or your grandparents or your great aunt or whoever. Teachers, all that stuff. You're like, how am I going to be at school and you're going to tell me, okay, that's enough. You done asked enough whys already. No, it didn't make no sense. Why are we doing that? That's the kind of student I was. I was in the class. I was a brainiac. I was a straight A student, all that stuff. And they used to get over. They get mad at me because I wouldn't stop asking. No, that don't make no sense. Why are we doing it that way? Because I already figured out another way to do it. I'm like, why? Why did I do it that way? See, so what they taught us is not to question authority. They didn't know they were teaching us that, but that's what they taught us, not to question authority. And why am I saying that? Because the rich rule over the poor. And if the rich rule over the poor, then that means that the poor are subject to the rich who are the authority. And if you and I have been conditioned not to ask why of our authority, then that's the reason why we're not getting the right answers to the administration or to the man or to the authority. You understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Why? Let's keep going. Y'all gonna learn today, pineapples? All right, let's keep going. So we see that money's coming back into the market, right? We see that they popped up. They did $1 trillion at first. Then they did another $2.3 trillion. Now they're saying maybe $1 billion a month or something like that. And I saw. We just see the airlines accepting this sometimes. Now where's all this money coming from? Okay. Now I know black folk, y'all want to say, well, they can do all that. They could have paid for reparations. Yeah, they could have, but they didn't want to. And that ain't gonna happen. So why y'all keep talking about reparations? Y'all know it ain't gonna happen. It's like, all right, here's what I don't understand about us people. I know we want reparations, but in the back of our mind, we know it ain't gonna happen. But we'll fight for something that we know isn't gonna happen, which takes away our energy to actually fight for something that actually matters. Now here's the other thing, right? That if we learn capitalism, then we can actually create our own reparations. We can actually decrease or flatten or help bridge this wealth gap. I was at a broadcast last night listening just a little bit, and I was like, yeah, it's people who don't know nothing about money talking about money. And I was saying to myself, y'all, you keep talking about wages, you keep talking, and all this stuff could be relevant, but here's the biggest thing when it comes to the wealth gap. It's not about income. It's not about income. Because some of us think, okay, well, if they paid me the same amount that they paid the white woman and all that good stuff, we should be fine. No, this is what y'all don't understand. It's not about income. It's about your investments. It's what you do with your money that makes the difference. See, when you begin to really believe that God is giving you the power to create wealth, and you begin to use the seed, everybody putting down, so my money is the seed. If you begin to use your seed to multiply, then you won't be concerned about how much somebody else is making because you've learned how to multiply your very own. But it's so easy. It's much easier to complain about what somebody else has got. It's called covetousness, by the way. You're coveting what someone else has. Well, you're not actually managing and controlling what you've been given. You're not a good steward of what you've been given, right? But you want to talk about what you ain't got. That don't make no sense. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You want to complain about what you don't have. But then you don't want to manage what you do have. And so now you find yourself in a situation where you're broke, busted, disgusted. You find yourself knee deep in debt. You find yourself a slave to the lender because you are focusing on the wrong thing. And you've been focusing on it for your whole life, thinking that you need to get something from white people. And this is what white folks say, Jews say, Chinese say, Asians say, and now the Mexicans start to say it. Black folks seem to be the most stupidest people on the earth because they keep focusing on the stupidest stuff. Why don't you take care of what does come into your hand? If you know how to manage that and multiply that, you ain't gonna never be worried about what white folk get, because it ain't gonna matter no more. Because you put yourself in the game, you've learned the society that we're in, capitalistic. You learn how to play the game of capitalism, and you learn how to multiply your money. Now, how do you multiply your money? Everybody putting down on multiply. How do you multiply your money? Well, you multiply it just very simply. You must be a farmer of your seed, and you must find good ground to plant your seed in. And then over time, with enough water, enough cultivation, enough time, there's this thing called seed time and harvest. See, many of us don't have the time. We won't take the time to plant the seed and then wait. We want to scratch the ticket and get the money right now. That's not how it works. I mean, that's how some stuff works, but getting rich quick don't last very long. But if you learn how to plant the seed, and then you wait a little bit. You wait a little bit of time. You be patient until take care of the land. Then you'll get a harvest. But we don't want to study the plant. We don't want to study the ground. We don't want to study the place that we can put our money into that can bring us back a return over time. We just want money right now. We have a lotto mentality, right? But we want legacy results. Oh, let me say that again for the people in the back. We got a lotto mentality, but we want legacy results. Let me say that again. We have a lotto mentality, microwave mentality, right now mentality. But we want legacy results. We want children's children wealth. That don't seem to work for me. I don't know how that's gonna work. How that gonna work? Let's keep going. All right, where's all this money coming from? Pineapples. I like that. Y'all know what it is. Be your own reparation. That's right, Pro-Living. Money is a seed. Right? My money is the seed. My money is the seed. Said, amen. That's right. Let's tell you. My money is my seed. Multiply. Right? Learn how to multiply your money. All right, let's keep going. Now, whoo. All right, make good time. We doing all right. I said we're gonna take a look at Carvana, right? All right, take a look at that. All right, so nothing else here I don't think there's nothing else I need to see here. All right, pretty good. Now I don't know what the day's gonna bring. Hopefully we have another day. We'll see what happens. I know where I'm going though. I know what I'm about to roll up on today. Financial companies, by the way, banks and stuff like that, not doing too well. They're doing all right, not doing too well. All right, let's take a look at Carvana. Carvana, the reason why I think this is very valuable because the auto industry, people are going to still need cars, but how they buy the cars, as we have seen, is starting to change, right? Tell me something about in the comments below. Tell me something about the car industry that has changed or is changing, right? Tell me something about the auto industry that has changed or is changing as you know it, right? Let me see what you guys got. What you guys got? What's something about the auto industry that has changed or is changing that you know of? Give me one thing that you notice the same, man. It's a little bit different than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Last time I bought a car, it was like this. Now they doing like this. I mean, what's going on? Right? Latina said, man, more options. Okay. All right, more options. Now you can buy from a vending machine. Look at that. You can buy a car from a vending machine, right? Anybody else seen something different that's changed with the auto industry, since the last time you bought a car over the past 10 years or is changing? You're starting to see that, and this is where they're going, right? Anybody else? Let's see here. Gigi King said, man, people are shopping for cars online and getting them delivered to their house or workplace. Absolutely. Right. Longer term. Yeah, we seen that too. Say, hey, you know why they go longer term? Because everybody focused on the payment. Oh, I want the car and I want to make sure I can pay it every month with my insurance. So why don't you give me an 84-month loan? And then take it. That's stupid. But hey. What can you say? 84 months of interest. Yikes! On a depreciating asset. Yikes! That's like double stupid, right? That's double stupid. You have something that's declining in value, but yet you're paying more for it. That's double stupid. I mean, that's almost triple stupid. Okay? Woo! Yikes! Matter of fact, you're paying so long on the car, you're paying on the car when it's out of warranty. You still got a loan on the car, and it's out of warranty. It run out of warranty about 60 months. You might get an extended term to 72 months. You got an 84-month term. It's stupid. Oh, no better. Hey, electric, right? We got electric coming in, right? Electric cars coming in. City said no payments for 90 days. That's stupid too. I mean, yikes. Think about that. Now that's actually 3 more months added to your loan because I keep going on. All right, electric vehicles. I got you. Everybody else. I mean, a lot of people are paying for theirs in full. I think a lot of people are paying for theirs in full. Okay. You pay like just dropping cash down on the car. Some people are doing that. Absolutely. Right? So another thing we're starting to see, right? We're starting to see the advent of, obviously, well, I'll just talk about the whole auto industry, right? That would be, we got rideshare that came in. We have, the little scooters that people be doing downtown. They be electric scooters or whatever. They ride a little thing, pay for it, and get off and all that stuff. You got your automatic, selfless, driverless cars coming into the place. This is all in the auto industry, right? So Carvana is kind of like ahead of the game as it relates to the delivery, I believe, of vehicles. Let's find out what they do. All right, so Carvana is $84.06. That's the price of one share for Carvana. They're down 8% for the year. Everything is down. It's okay. But over the past 5 days, look at this. Over the past 5 days, they're up 51%. Let me backtrack and let me just repeat this again. Over the past 5 days, not 5 weeks, not 5 months, not 5 years. Over the past 5 days, Carvana is up 51%. Now, here's the thing. You got to ask yourself, why? Now, what's the why? Not why are they up 51%. Here's the real good question. Why do we have an article out on them now? After they've jumped up 51%, now we got an article saying, basically pointing the consumer to go look at Carvana. Would you say? Let me go back to it. Think about it. This is all connected. I told you, I'll teach y'all how to interpret news. Look at this. That's a Carvana picture right there, right? Let me click on this. That's a Carvana picture. That's a Carvana truck, pickup truck, right? Why would this article be coming out on Tuesday, April 14, 2013, and be basically moving you and I to go look at Carvana, because that's exactly what we're doing, to do that? Why? You see, now it's like, wait a second. You see how the news, if you're not careful, and you'll start chasing, right? You'll start chasing 51%. Oh, 51%, I better get in. No. No, not yet. Let's look at it first. Let's see if that makes sense. We ain't looked at enough yet. I'm just saying, I want to connect the dots. Everybody put in console, connect the dots. Right? Battery and electronic car increasingly popular in Tesla. Absolutely. That's another company we could look at. I will look at Carvana though. Okay. So let's take a look and see what Carvana does. Oh, I got about 10 minutes. Let's go. So they're actually in retail trade. Isn't that interesting? They're not in the car. They're not in the automotive industry. They're in the retail trade industry, and they basically just trade. They basically are the conduit for you being able to get the vehicle. They don't make the vehicle. So they're a specialty store, $10.1 billion company. Carvana company is a holding company and an e-commerce platform which engages in the buying of used cars and provision of different and convenient car buying experience. This is like the new Auto Trader, I think, right? It was established back in 2012, right, in Phoenix, Arizona. Now look at this. Employees over the past 4 years. Look how much they've grown in 4 years. Wow. Okay. That's good, right? They got more stuff to do. They need more help. They hiring people, got more work. Okay, let's take a look. Let's keep going. Woo, this is interesting. See, they try to get you to chase. I know that off the top. All right, they don't have their numbers for 2019 represented here yet, but net revenues, as much as sales in 2018 jumped up to $2 billion. Right, they finally got it to millions, got to $2 billion in 2018. Still a growing company. Everybody putting console growth. This is going to be something that you look at if you're looking for growth. This quite possibly could be a company that you want to add. If you are, matter of fact, for our investment club, we might look at something like this for growth. Right, this is going to be a conservative, risky type of play. But if you're looking for acceleration, this is something that's still got room to grow. Gross income up to $173.2 million in 2018. I want to see 2019 numbers. The net income, right, here is it's still a growing company, so they might be operating in the black for quite a few years. I think they said it got started in 2012. That'd be 8 years. They still haven't learned how to make any money yet. So you are banking on the fact that they'll continue to grow, and they will be the thing as we move forward. And then this net income stuff will start to turn around. Okay. So they are basically, now what does this also tell you? It also tells you that they are in business and they are in debt. They haven't made any money yet. So although we can look here and say, oh, they got a lot of sales, $2 billion in sales, but look, they $61.8 million in debt. You see, so they're operating off of debt. They're using other people's money to stay afloat and to grow their business. That's okay, right? That's normally what businesses kind of do in the beginning. But it's good to know this stuff. It's good to look at this stuff. Okay, let's keep going. Now, of course, that also means it's a young company, right? And depending on who you are, if you are the conservative person, you're not looking at a young company. You don't care about a young company. If you're conservative, you're trying to look for something that's been around for a long time, that know what they're doing. You ain't guessing. You're a young person or you're aggressive. You're like, sure, you don't mind young, a little dabble of it here and there. So here's their assets, guys. This is what they own. They own $991 million worth of stuff. Here's what they owe. Their liability, $763.6 million worth of stuff. And that puts them down at the equity of about 73.4 between their shareholders, 73.4 million. Okay. Now we have your forecast from the analysts. Again, I think this is chasing. I wouldn't be chasing this 51%, but it did kind of make a return back to where it was. But at any rate, analysts over the next 12 months are saying, hey, this thing could be as high as 125. It could, hover around $82, or it could be drop down again over to the next down to 27. Now I got down to 27, right? Based upon what was happening in the economy, it jumped right back up now to $84. That would be the median, what the analysts have projected moving forward. And yeah, let's keep going. Now, these shareholders were buying, I'd imagine, probably over the past 3 months. So we did see some sales, 100,000 sales by Spruce House Investment Management. I'm not quite sure who that is, but Joe Garcia Ernest, he actually bought shares. He's the owner of the company, one of the owners of the company over the past, back on 4/1. So he was buying into Carvana. This is right here. So the people who run the company, Cvon Holdings, Carvana Holdings bought 400,000 shares. And another one somewhere, if I can get to it, some kind of way. Anyway, so you see on 4/1, which is April 4th, which is about 2 weeks ago, you had some buying back into this company by the people who run the company. Okay, they're buying shares back. Let's take a look here at the charts. They've been around for a little while. They scaled up. They had a massive drop, and I don't follow Carvana, so I wouldn't have caught any of this stuff. And then they're roaring back, which I believe they're probably going to start tailing off here. I think, I would be very leery of trying to chase this 51%. It could keep going up, but I think it's going to taper off probably around here, which would be about $95. So we're talking about $15 on top of $85. But with a long-term approach, yeah, I would probably wait till it comes down again if I was going to do this, because it's very risky for me to buy high when I've seen it be low, and I'd see if I can get another opportunity to get it lower, even though they could very well be the thing as it relates to car buying is concerned. So anyway, it's Carvana. Anybody got any questions on Carvana? Of course, this is just educational purposes for you guys to kind of see what it's like to actually do a quick analysis on something. We take a look at their numbers, take a look at what they do. Are they making money? Stuff like that. Find out, man. I did not know they were retail trade. I would not have guessed that, but that's something I learned today. Pineapples, right? And they've had a lot of growth. It's a growth company. You're taking a chance that they're going to continue to grow. I wouldn't buy it right now at the price that it's at. I would, if it was at $70, I'd be interested. At $85, no bueno. I'll wait. That's just me. Right. But I have a particular strategy for what I do. And everybody does it. Right. Everybody, some people don't, they have no strategy. That's what I will say. And that's what I help people with. I help people to adopt a strategy. I help them to mold a philosophy, right? An investing philosophy for them. And then to develop an investing strategy. So I have a strategy. There's certain things that I look for, certain things I want my portfolio to be. I don't chase everything because I have a strategy. All right. I know what types of companies and I know what I'm looking for. right? But everybody's philosophy and everybody's strategy could be different, and based upon your risk and all that stuff, your risk tolerance, based upon your knowledge. So this is why I tell people you could follow what I do, and I could teach you what to do. But the reason why I get paid what I get paid is because it goes beyond the mechanics. It goes into why you do what you do and when you do what you do. Right? It goes into thinking, right, which is more analysis and things like that. So, if you are saying, you want to get into the game of investing in the stock market, it's a place where wealth is transferred. It's not the only place, but it's one of the places. And the reason why I like it is because I can do it from my phone. I don't have to go out looking at properties and all that stuff. I can do it from my phone, and I can get on with my day. If you want to become a student, join the Black Billionaires Club. This is where the students are, right? This is free. Y'all can have this. But if y'all want to get into, you really want to move forward and learning this stuff, well, you become a student. Just like you paid the $85,000 for class to go to college, $20 a month, I'm pretty sure you can afford that if you want to learn how to build wealth for yourself, okay? You want to learn how to become your own reparations, all right? You want to have some FU money, right? You want to do stuff like that? You want to free yourself? First, you got to free your mind, then you'll free your wallet. And let me say that again. First, you'll free your mind, then you'll free your wallet. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share something that you learned today. Pineapples, right? We don't do this just to do this. We do this to make a difference. And hopefully we made a difference in your life today. My mentor, Mr. Warren Buffett, the fourth richest man in the world, says this. He says that price is what you pay, value is what you get. Right now, what you think about the price you paid to be here? It didn't cost you anything as far as your money is concerned. But it did cost you something that's way more valuable, which would be your time. Maybe you've been with us for an hour today. Maybe you've been with us only for 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. All right, as long as you've been here, that would be your cost. Now let's think about what you received, your return. What value did you receive? I'm simply asking you to answer this question in the comments below. Was this worth your time and why? Free financial education for our community. And still, we find discussions about love and relationships way more important. Although love and relationships typically end because of lack of money, and we won't focus on getting to the money and then multiplying the money. Yeah, what can I say? But anyway, Black Billionaires Club is also a club, guys. It's something that you can join. It's based upon studying billionaires. Here's 3 things that billionaires do in order to be billionaires. Number 1, they read. So in our club, we have a book club that we read from. We were actually about to get into Black Titan, which is going to be the story of A.G. Gasson, who was a black millionaire back in his day. One of the first black millionaires out of Alabama. Number 2, they build businesses. Matter of fact, tonight we have a class teach you how to build your online store. Some people do, some people don't, most people won't. It's a $25 class. They can put you in the game so that you don't have to be sitting there wondering when they're going to bring you back to work, and you just go to work and start making money for yourself. It's $25. You can join that class tonight. And we have business development to teach you, to help you, right, to establish your business, to take your dream or your idea, make it come to pass if it makes sense. Stop trying to do stuff by yourself. Maybe you need some help. And then number 3, what do? They invest. They invest in themselves, right? Investment in education pays the best interest. Investment in yourself first, then into your business, then into other businesses and or real estate and or the stock market, right? So guess what we have? We have an investment club. That's where 30 of our members thus far have already pooled our money together. We got over $10,000 in the market. We have open enrollment coming in May. In order for you to even be eligible, you must be a member of the Black Billionaires Club. So you got to ask yourself, when's the last time, if ever, you're a part of a group, you joined something that had something to do with you increasing your income? We've joined a whole bunch of groups, right? We do a whole bunch of charity. We do a whole bunch of partying. We do a whole stepping and all that stuff. But when's the last time you was a part of a group that's going to help you get to the money and play the game of capitalism? Not many out there. Not many out there. Make a decision, a $20 decision that can change your life forever. All right, Ms. Gigi King said, man, what do you think about Beyond Meat? I ain't got time to look at it today. I guess maybe we'll get to it tomorrow. I don't know. What do you think about becoming a member of the Black Billionaires Club? All Hey, but BGG, I think you sent me some stuff too about your book. When you gonna come on so we can look at your book? Free your mind, and then you can free your wallet. Absolutely. Lovey Hobbs said, man, I should have an investment strategy where purchasing stocks from the market. Anybody else? Something that you learned today, right? Pineapple, something that you learned today, right? If not, that's our time, beautiful people. Hey, man, this is the New Black Wall Street presenting to you guys the Money and Power Show, and we want to welcome you to Wall Street. I'm your host, ERGJ, a certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. Who knew there was 12, now 14, billionaires who look like us who we don't know? Think about that for a second. 14 billionaires who look like us who we don't know. Okay? Just think about that for a second. Man, Miss Lanice Brown said, read plus build business plus invest equals millionaire. Absolutely. They use invest. Remember back into that? Yeah, but hey, this time I want you. How about when you join? This time you actually get involved. Now when you join something like, but you're never there. Like I was joined, I was a part of somebody. I was never there because I was busy. I was doing my thing. I was building my business. We get it, right? This time get involved. You're not ask not what the club can do for you, but you ask what you can do for the club. Well, beautiful people, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The New Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.